Okay, so this is going to be kind of a little help video for setting up our car and track friction lab, at least from the software standpoint. So I've got the track already set up as seen in the picture with the two photo gates on the flat spot. I've got some space in between those two photo gates, and I want to make sure I have the space between them so that I can get the two different speeds. I've got the Passport USB link set up where I just plugged it in, and you can see that it opened up Data Studio, and it gave me a question of what kind of sensor do I want to run, and I'm going to go ahead with photo gate timing. Okay, and so I'm selecting my photo gate timing, and right now the photo gate timing is set up to give me just time in gates and the time between the gates, and I don't want to collect that data, so I'm just going to trash that display, and then I'm going to go back to my setup. So I'm going to open up my setup, and I don't need to have the time in the gates. We're going to, again, let the software do most of our calculations for us. So we're actually going to have it collect the velocity in the gates, and then we're going to get the time in between the gates, because we want two velocities and a time, which means that we can then use our second equation, VF equals VI plus AT, to find our deceleration rate. We do have to change our constants because the flag length of the piece of masking tape that you attach to your car has to be measured, and so I did that to my car, and I made my measurement, and it came out to be 0.0190, and that does have to be in meters, so make sure that you probably measured it in centimeters, and so you need to make sure that it's in meters. Alright, so I've got that set up. Now I need a display. So my display is going to be a table, and I'm just going to drag a table onto where it says velocity and gates and drop it there. And so now it gave me a velocity in gate. Okay, I need to have a second table, but I'm going to grab the one that says table 1. Okay, and I'm going to drag that to the time between gates so that I actually get everything in one window. And so that's going to be my one window that I'm going to need. So in other words, I have now my one column which is going to give me velocities in meters per second, and the time in between the gates will be in seconds. So now I can go ahead and I can run a car through it. So I'm going to click on Start. I'm going to set my car again at that same 0.9 meters, so at 90 centimeters of the hill, because that's the same thing that we did for the last setup. I'm going to let go of it, run it through there, and I'm going to get my two velocities. Okay, and I'm going to get a time in between the gates, and so now I can stop that, and you can see now here's the key. The key is that the velocity in gate 1 is actually greater than the velocity in gate 2, so we do see that we are decelerating, so we now have good data to work with. I'm going to repeat this and collect probably about 5 different sets of data. And I just need to change the speeds, and the way that I do that is by changing the angle of the ramp. We already have data that's collecting the angle of the ramp, so no need to measure the angles of the ramp today. Just go ahead and adjust the ramp height so that you get 2 different speeds and different times. Alright, good luck and have fun playing with the cars.